I'm gonna do something a little strange and have a conversation with myself. I want to flesh out some ideas. So, what do you want to talk about? Yeah, I think I'm exploring how to meditate in a way that offers scaffolding for tuning into the body sensations. Why would someone want to learn how to do that? Why would you want to learn how to do that? I think there's something really juicy about um, being able to stay with body sensations because they're inherently not good, not bad. You just kind of keep going with them. Interesting. And where do you find yourself using these body sensations uh, or this scaffolding to explore body sensations? I do it a lot in clubs actually. When I was finding ways to feel safer, sober, and solo at a club, I would use this kind of mapping. I'd just flash it on, look at it briefly, and then find ways to meaningfully connect with my body again. Interesting. So I'm hearing that you found ways to connect with your body through meaning making, and there are maps for you to do this. Yeah, that's right. These maps are curious. They are based in Qigong and my Chinese medicine schooling and in my Buddhist studies through meditation. Okay, but that's a little too much right now. Pick one. Help me understand what is something I could use right now. Okay, yeah, let's go with the Taoist one, which is, I call it 3, 2, and 1. So in 3, 2, and 1, you have three energy centers, you have two axles, and one spit. This is what I mean. So the three energy centers, the bottom one is the region um, between the pubis symphysis and the um, high points on the tail on the sacrum. The high point on the sacrum. Interesting. So you called it a region. That means they're not just points, right? Yes, that's right. These are regions. They are um, areas that are not just points. Okay, what are the implications of it being a region instead of a point? Well, because it's a region, we can have our attention, our awareness on the general region, and then notice what comes up. Notice what shows up in the region between the pubis symphysis bone and the sacral high point. I'm forgetting the name right now. When I do that, I feel discomfort actually. I don't actually want a lot of attention there. This is normal. This is the lower energy centers associated with the meaning of power. Of it is known as the seat of power, the lower Dantian, and it's where the sea of our energy is stored. So for those of us who are struggling with holding our power, it makes sense that we might shy away from it. Okay, I have some questions about that, but I would like to know the other two energy centers first. Yeah, this other region is the first point is the center of the chest and between the nipples. The second point is between the shoulder blades. And this is called the middle dantian, the middle energy center. This is also a region, not a point. And this is known as the um, area of connection. This is where we find our ability to connect with others and ourselves. Okay, that makes sense. Like heart, you connect with your heart, and this is the region where your heart is. Okay, now it's the third one. The third one is the upper dantian. It's the region between the middle of the eyebrows and the occipital protuberance, which is the bone that sticks out if you follow your fingers close to the base of your skull. This is kind of like where ideas are formulated and passed by. And yeah, it's where we feel inspiration of ideas and concepts, or concepts are created and cultivated. That feels a little high level for me to think about. But yeah, grateful for some distinctions here. Okay, so we got the lower, the middle, and the upper. That's number three. You said three, two, and one. And this helps you with clubbing, is that right? Yeah, this helps me with clubbing. Because if I'm noticing I have a lot of tension in my lower energy center, then I can bring some gentle attention to that area, that region, and then see how it wants to move towards spaciousness. How does this want to move towards spaciousness? What arises when I consider spaciousness in this region? Interesting. And how does that connect to the meaning making of this map? Well, if I'm connecting to the lower energy center, there's a seat of power there, and I'm finding a way where it wants to move very quick and fast, then perhaps spaciousness for me looks like using my power quickly. It helps me feel safer in that moment to simply like a fire spark as opposed to a long flame. All right, I think I'm getting what you're putting down. So you're using movement and these meaning making maps to make sense of how you move. And this helps you stay in your body. Uh, is that right? Yeah, that's about right. I'm finding ways to more easily stick with my experience, in particular the body sensations. Okay, that's pretty cool, but is this true? Do these things actually, are these actually energy centers? Like, are they researched? Are they facts? Well, in Qigong and Tai Chi and Chinese medicine, we refer to these energy centers often. Whether they are facts or not, it comes down to what systems are we talking about. For instance, in Western science, we are often dissecting, and there is no such thing as an energy center. Evidently, when we dissect the body, there is no cultivation of something, whatever, in that region. But when we tune into our experience, we can easily map the sensations of our body, of our torso especially, into the three areas of the head, the chest, and the lower abdomen. Okay, so what I'm hearing is that it may not be true in Western science because it's not physically observable, but it is perhaps true in the sense that people can feel it when we're talking about sensing something being there. That's right. When we're talking about right now, what do you notice and how does it group together? How does it map? Well, we're talking about maps of the body, of our body sensations, and it's not a very clean map to use Western science, the Western anatomy. It's a lot of information to have to keep track of. Whereas in this way of thinking, we have three regions and ways to make meaning from those three regions. But how does Western science then play into this? Good point. I mean, we're not foregoing Western science altogether. The details are important. The anatomy is important. The lower dantian, the lower energy center, includes the reproductive organs, includes the kidneys, includes the excrement and whatnot. And so we include that in the meaning making as well. If I'm finding myself really tense in my lower dantian and I'm finding it towards the front, then I know that I can zoom in on the details there, open up that box and see other boxes like urinary bladder, like reproductive organs. Okay, so you're talking about mind mapping, but you're like mapping the body experience. And combining concepts with the body.